welcome back to the show. Today I wanted to talk about how I'm pretty sure that illegal illegal immigrants, and we've known this before, actually make up a big part of the Democrat voting base, and that's why they fight against ICE and against the Save Act and voter ID and stuff, because they know that without illegal immigrants voting for them, they wouldn't actually win any elections or any seats at all. Okay, and I want to go through a couple just a couple basic points that leads me to believe this. First of all, okay, obviously they're mad at ICE and stuff, and that makes me think, why would they be so mad at ICE deporting illegal immigrants? Like, they're illegal, they shouldn't be in the country. Well, it's because these immigrants actually um, go and vote at the polling stations, and obviously they're going to vote overwhelmingly Democrat, like probably like 100%, because they're the only ones that let them, you know, legally be in the country and commit their crimes and get their benefits and stuff. Okay? And there's a bunch of things that add up to this. Um, like they say that their main concern is they want ICE away from, you know, critical or private places like polling stations, schools, and hospitals. Now, there's a problem with all of this because if you say, well, ICE can't go by schools, ICE can't go by hospitals, well, that's just where all the illegal aliens will hide out, and they'll make those places just full of illegal criminals and illegal aliens, which is not great. That's obviously not a good thing. I don't want my kids going to school or anyone. You wouldn't want your kids going to school with a bunch of illegal immigrants just hanging out in the cafeteria or whatever. Like, obviously not, okay? But especially, why would they want ICE away from polling stations? Who would be concerned? Who do you think would be concerned and would stay at home instead of going out and voting if there was an ICE officer at the polling station? Like, I know I wouldn't be concerned. I wouldn't be like, oh no, this ICE officer is going to deport me because I'm a legal citizen and I'm coming here to vote. No, Democrats know who would stay home. It would be people who shouldn't be there, like legal immigrants, okay? So instead of these illegal immigrants going to the polling stations and voting, they're going to stay home now if there's ICE officers there, and that means Democrats won't be getting their votes. That's also why Democrats want us to naturalize all illegal immigrants already in the country, make them citizens, because that's tens of millions of immigrants who are all gonna vote Democrat. Like they're literally would all just vote Democrat, and that's why they've been importing so many immigrants who have voted Democrat for them in the past. Why do you think in the 2020 election Trump got so many votes but still lost because Biden somehow got like the most votes in American history? It's because they just imported all those immigrants and then they all just, illegally voted for Biden and he got all these fake votes. So, you'd say he was legally elected, but in a way he kind of wasn't because it's just all these votes from illegal immigrants. But this is why they also oppose the Save Act, which would, force people to have ID for voting. They say it's because, oh, it's so hard to get ID and stuff, and, I don't even know where my ID is. Well, first of all, if you're a Democrat in the Senate or the House, you probably should know where your ID is. Like, if you actually don't know how to get your ID, you probably shouldn't be in any of those places. But also, it's not that hard to get your ID. Most people have your ID. The reason is they just want the illegal immigrants to be able to vote because they're going to vote Democrat. And the good thing for conservatives like us is that this shows that the Democrat voting base is actually way smaller than we thought. Because we've always thought, like, how can so many people vote Democrats when, they support so many crazy stuff, like all those insane welfare benefits, illegal immigration, they support criminals going free, transgenders, like all that crazy stuff. They support all of that and you think no normal person would support that. And not many normal people do actually support the Democrats because really all their voting is a lot of their voting is illegal immigrants. So if we actually if Trump can deport all the illegal immigrants and hold up the border, that will secure the Republicans an easy win in the next election because they actually have a large share of actual legal American voters. At least that's what I think, and a lot of people think. So that is that would be a great thing for the administration to do because and I also want to like there's a difference between yeah, a lot of people think yeah, I'm a normal person and I'm a liberal. Well, that used to be more common because the conservatives and liberals used to agree on most basic stuff, and now they don't because the Democrats have been taken over by the authoritarian leftists who push all their crazy agendas, okay, and they've almost been completely taken over. But the old liberals, like back in the day, liberals weren't even bad. They weren't even like that different from conservatives. They both wanted what was good for the American people. They both supported stuff like honesty and integrity and, helping the country grow and stuff. And it's only these new leftists that are really pushing all this crazy stuff. So I don't really have a problem with liberals, but I do have a problem with these crazy authoritarian leftists and their main support comes from the illegal immigrants that they in import. So that's why one of the key issues actually is deporting all these immigrants as fast as possible and closing the border as strongly as possible. That'll do it for the show today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Have a great week. Godspeed.